Wakanda forever! What up, big kids? Here's my big review of Black Panther. This is the Ryan Coogler directed movie, and oh my god, guys, I love the movie! Now, Black Panther, I've been a fan of for many years. I love him in the comics. I loved him in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I'm so happy finally he's been on the big screen. We saw him first in Civil War. Chadwick Boseman just brings what we loved about him in Civil War into the forefront of his own movie, and we get to see Wakanda really fleshed out in the real world, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. The movie itself is beautiful. It is such a sight to be seen. Ryan Coogler and the whole cast and crew just really bring this world to life, where it's the most technologically advanced nation in the world, hiding itself as a third world country. And what's so great about this movie, it stands alone as its own movie, even though it is connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You can watch this while even watching Civil War. It really is great at setting up the origin of T'Challa, Black Panther, as well as this world. It really just, the cast is just amazing in this. Oh my gosh, where do we start? So, Chadwick Boseman, what I love about his character in Civil War is that, unlike a lot of characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe like Iron Man and Hawkeye and Ant-Man, he wasn't just a quippy character saying one-liners. In fact, one of my favorite lines in Civil War is when Hawkeye is like, "Hey, we haven't properly met. My name is Clint." He's like, "I don't care." And that's what's so great about Black Panther. You know, he's a regal, more serious character. And there is definitely humor in this movie, especially with Shuri, his sister, and so even Black Panther himself. But it's more organic, kind of like how Wonder Woman was. Now, one of my things, if you guys remember my last Marvel Cinematic Universe review with Thor Ragnarok, I wasn't, as much as I enjoyed that movie, I wasn't a fan of that. It really took a lot of serious moments, especially characters dying and Asgard falling, and really just made jokes out of them. In fact, literally there's a joke right after Asgard blows up, and thank God they didn't do that. They didn't sacrifice a deep, serious moment for a joke, because that's something that's been really bothering me about Marvel movies lately. So I'm glad that Ryan Coogler made sure there wasn't anything like that. Let's talk about one of the best Marvel villains ever. Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan. Poor Michael B. Jordan, he had a bad rap in fan forced it. Not only dealing with so much, racism for taking on that role, but just being in a movie that wasn't his fault that movie was bad. In fact, he was one of the best parts of that movie. But this is a Marvel role that he deserves. He really brings so much relatability and sympathy to Killmonger. You actually understand where he's come from. Yes, he does it in evil, very extreme ways, but he does it in ways that is very understandable where he's coming from, especially as you learn in this movie. And we keep this spoiler free. It's very much like heartbreaking. He has some very heartbreaking scenes, whereas we haven't seen that much heartbreak with a character since Loki, and Loki's been in like 4 films now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Killmonger has only been 1. So I really loved his character. He was one of the great villains, and both his outfits, his heist outfits, I guess, and then his armored Killmonger outfit was really awesome. And yeah, I love the designs. The action, there's not actually a lot of action in this film, and that's surprising. There's some great fight scenes, especially some just hand-to-hand combat with some weapons fight scenes that aren't in the Black Panther costume, but it's really awesome. I mean, there is definitely that, as you've seen, that car chase scene, and then there's that final battle scene, which, oh my god, the final battle is balls to the wall, is awesome. There's some great moments, but I'll just say it's in Africa, so if you can imagine what's in Africa, you definitely, wow, it's really cool. So yeah, it really blew me away. Yeah, and but yeah, just the character moments. This really deals with a lot about society. How different nations handle things in the world. How a nation like Wakanda that has vibranium, a valuable resource, a resource that's very rare, that's not in any other country in the world. And they've used that to hide themselves away, to become a technically advanced country. And they really show that should they have, shared this technology, should they, help with their resources to help make the world a better place, or if you do that, like, would, you get like people like Claw, coming out and really trying to take, over their country, which is understandable. So you understand from many points of view what T'Challa should do about his nation. Now let's talk about the other cast. Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia. She was amazing, so beautiful, so badass. Really bring a lot of depth and heart to T'Challa's relationship with not only their relationship they have in the movie, but also with Wakanda, especially her wanting to be outside of Wakanda and really do more besides just protect Wakanda. And Denai Guerrera, who I love in The Walking Dead. This really, oh man, if she had to leave The Walking Dead to be just in Black Panther movies full time, I would be so happy with that, because she was amazing as Okoye. She not only was so badass, she had some really funny moments and just really got the shine. She doesn't need hair to be a badass. She is so beautiful and amazing, and I'm glad that she'll be in Avengers Infinity War. That's not a spoiler, she's in the trailer. And then Martin Freeman definitely got more to do than he did in Civil War. He actually has some really pivotal moments that I really was surprised. And he is just hilarious too, and I love seeing him. Talk about Andy Serkis as Claw. He just has so much fun with this role. He just goes, total cartoony villain at times, but I love seeing Andy Serkis doing that, because he plays so many, with Caesar and other roles. He gets, even with Snoke, very serious dark roles. So I'm glad to see he gets to have fun with this character. And I was actually sad we didn't get to see more of him, but I won't spoil it. But he's so great in there. And Daniel Kaluuya, who plays Wakabi, I'm sorry, Wakabi. He was so awesome. That is. Yeah, he is so great in this. He has also some more relatable parts in this, and he has relationships to T'Challa and Okoye, which is just so great, and I'm so glad that he's getting, the whole cast gets big roles. Like Forrest Whitaker was so great. Glad to see he got to do even more in this role than in Rogue One, and he didn't have to talk so weird too, which was really great. And Winston Duke, who played M'Baku, who's in the comics Man-Ape. I'm glad they didn't call him that, and his character was way better. I thought he was just going to be a straight up villain, but there's so much more to his character, which I really loved, and he actually had some really funny moments. So, and Angela Bassett as the Queen, she was amazing. She was so beautiful, even though she's older, and I just really loved her in the movie. Letitia Wright as Shuri, she is the most intelligent person probably in the world, even more intelligent than Tony Stark, and she was hilarious. She was so charming, beautiful. I just love her character, and I hope to see more of her. She was definitely probably one of my favorite characters in the film. So amazing cast, amazing visuals. The story is very much, I'm really happy it's not only celebrating African culture, which anyone of any African descent from in the United States to Africa, anywhere in the world can really feel happy that they're being represented in this world, which Black Panther really does a great job in representation and showing how amazing African culture is, with the costume designs and the landscapes. It's just so beautiful. And even with traditions, African traditions are a big part of this film. But yeah, it's a really relatable film that you don't have to be of African descent to just, in the sense of duty, the sense of family, the sense of, just doing the right thing. It's really an amazing story. And with that said, I give Black Panther a 5 out of 5. It's definitely it's a big pivotal moment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they're really going out there. Whereas Guardians of the Galaxy showed how things are different in other galaxies, this one shows how things are different around the world. It's not just another, stateside, New York superhero. Black Panther is an African superhero, and he's a big part of, this world, and he's really has a big place not only in the Marvel Cinematic Universe but in pop culture in general, and I'm really happy to see him do justice. Great job to Ryan Coogler, Chadwick Boseman in the cast. I love this movie. I'm going actually to see this again tonight, so I hope you guys see this movie. And for more, check out my website, SeanLingsLong.com. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. I'm Sean Long, may live long and love life. I'm sorry that things didn't work out with us. Me too. Well, you should have put a ring on it. I didn't mean that literally. It's time for